Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Connection Time News brought to you by the Roundtable Network. I'm Griffin Olshan.
And I'm Kaya Allen. Friday, November 11th was Veterans Day. This year, Department Head Doug McLehose continued the annual tradition of organizing an assembly featuring local veterans.
Opinions editor Mariel Barocas has more.
On Thursday, November 10th, Stamford High welcomed 10 local veterans in honor of Veterans Day. Some of them are alumni of SHS, including a few current faculty members such as security guard James Jordan, better known as JJ, science teachers George Grillo and Pax Gifford, and substitute teacher Cortez Stokes. The SHS community is proud to call them part of our family. We were lucky enough to get a wide variety of service members from different eras, including the Vietnam War and both Gulf Wars.
We try especially to bring in people who have Stamford High ties. We've got a few teachers who are veterans. We always bring them in. We've got a couple who graduated here, and we always try to bring them in just so that, kids can see that this is someone very much like them. And, we also have, JJ and Mike Gonzalez are here. Mike Loughran had been here. So we have a lot of different veterans.
The veterans were honored during a midday ceremony in the auditorium. They spoke to the students and teachers about their time in the military, and then took questions from the audience. Throughout the rest of the day, the brave men visited classrooms and told their stories from their time serving at a more personal level.
I think the important thing, and we do it now the day before, is just the fact that the kids are able to interact with the veterans. And that's why we also do it at Memorial Day as well, for another opportunity for them to interact.
Thanks, Mariel. Now the Roundtable would like to offer congratulations to Administrator Matt Laskowski, who welcomed his first child into the world last week. Marlo Henning Laskowski looks just like his father.
He sure does.
Also in the news, one of the school's most popular fundraisers took place the Friday before last.
Here's Brianna Jean reporting on the dodgeball tournament. Brianna?
SHS hosted the second annual Homecoming Dodgeball Tournament on Friday, November 18th in the large gym. Many teams participated, but only one came away victorious. Balls on Ya, pronounced Balls on Ya, made up of gym teachers, successfully defended their title. The back-to-back champions narrowly beat the Dolphin Floggers in a back-and-forth final set. Their match ended on a spectacular play by gym teacher Mike Nazaro and featured history teacher Jeremy White literally running out of his shoes. The tournament also raised $1,300 for the freshman and junior classes. The tournament would have not been possible without the help of all volunteers. It was a great success, and we hope to see the great turnout next year.
Thank you, Brianna. Now, as we all know, Thanksgiving is coming up fast. For some of our newest additions to the SHS family, this will be their first time experiencing the holiday.
Justice Fitzgerald has more on this touching story.
On Tuesday, November 22nd, the Language Department held their fourth annual First Thanksgiving lunch for foreign-born students who will soon be experiencing their first Thanksgiving in this country. With students coming from countries including Haiti, Guatemala, and Honduras, they had never experienced a holiday like this before. So Dr. Lawson and Mr. Wigan, who are both teachers of the Language Department, gathered a team of their fellow educators together to create a deeply thoughtful and memorable experience for their students.
Well, 4 years ago when I came to this building, my students were very intrigued by the idea of Thanksgiving. It's something that's very uniquely American. It's something that my students have never experienced before. So I also learned when I first came that many of my students had never tasted turkey before.
With donations from Whole Foods and Plainville Farms as well as their own contributions, the teachers were able to make a meal consisting of peas, sweet potatoes, cornbread, mashed potatoes, and of course turkey, along with a variety of other traditional Thanksgiving foods.
Do you want cranberry? Do you want peas?
The green beans, yeah, they were good. What was your favorite? Did you like the turkey? Did you like the mashed potatoes? The turkey, yeah.
The event began with a moment in which the students and teachers stood around giving thanks for their families, friends, and other significant people or events in their lives, and ended with clean plates, satisfied stomachs, and full hearts.
Thank you, Justice. That was really nice.
On another positive note, the girls' volleyball team finished an incredible season last Saturday with a win over Ridgefield, leading them to their first Class LL state championship ever.
Roundtable alumni Brian Schwartz and Teddy Morantz have more.
They're back.
On Saturday, November 19th, the Stamford High School volleyball team captured their first ever state championship, defeating the Ridgefield Tigers 3-1 at East Haven High School.
Junior Andrea O'Connor was named the tournament MVP, finishing the championship game with 23 kills and 4 blocks. Senior captains Jayla Wilson tallied 37 assists and 15 service points, and Lisa Ballas had 7 kills.
So did you guys go into the season anticipating winning FCX and the state championship?
I don't think we anticipated it, but we expected to do well. Our coach, he definitely did anticipate it, and it's not that we didn't believe him, we just didn't know it yet, that what we were capable of.
The Lady Knights finished the season on a 19-game winning streak. Their 2 losses this season came at the hands of the Brian McMahon Senators and the Ridgefield Tigers. They would go on to beat both teams in the FCX championship and the state championship, respectively.
When did you guys really realize that you guys could seriously win the state championship?
I think it was when we just kept on winning.
Congratulations again to the girls volleyball team and making us all proud. Now, on to a more controversial topic, Spark Notes. Everybody knows about them, and we thought that since this quarter's connection time theme is academics...
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, anyway, we thought we'd ask some English teachers how they felt about the study guide phenomenon. We're sorry.
So what's your opinion on Spark Notes?
I think Spark Notes is a summary-based resource that will allow you to get through a tough text as a companion, but it by no means should take away the reading experience of the original text.
Probably hurt more students than they help students. I guess I can qualify that by saying many students will go to Spark Notes first before they'll read a book, and to me that doesn't make any sense.
Well, what I always like to tell my students is a story about when I was in college, and sophomore year of college I took a Shakespeare course and I found it really hard. We had to read one Shakespeare play a week. And so you'd go home and that's your homework and that's how you prepare for class, and I was completely struggling with it. So, as I'm sure many students can empathize, and so my strategy was probably for the first time in my life, turned to Spark Notes. So I would go and I would read maybe a couple scenes or an act about what the play was about and what was going on, and then I would go to the play and I would read that act, and I could write in my book, so I annotated there, and I'd be like, oh, okay, this is what they were talking about. And
so can you tell the difference between students that use Spark Notes and actually read the book?
100%. I mean, everybody has a voice, and so when you're looking at Spark Notes and you're seeing all of these big vocabulary words and all of these analytical devices, and it's just very, very obvious to know what's yours and what's Schmoop's or Spark Notes.
So what percentage of students do you think actually use Spark Notes?
Well, I think that's an oversimplified question. The percentage of students that just use Spark Notes is too high.
I think it's a really high percentage, and I think they're not fooling anyone, even though they think they are.
Judging on what I've looked at, probably 87.
So what percentage of students do you think use Spark Notes?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm not stupid.
We actually talk about it all the time as teachers. And it's really obvious sometimes when a student comes in and they have this, brilliant analysis of the text, and it's like, you didn't come up with that, you didn't, or we've heard it before or whatever.
That it's a great tool to really understand a text more, but it's supplementary, so don't count on using it for everything, because if you think I haven't already looked at it, then you're a fool.
And I will tell you this, that a lot of that stuff isn't necessarily very thoughtful. A lot of people are trying to sell, and I'm speaking to the students right now, a lot of people are trying to sell you ideas that haven't been qualified, haven't been validated, and they know that that's what you're going for. And be careful.
Good people don't use Spark Notes. No, I'm totally kidding.
And now, here's reporter Patrick Wajler with the newest edition of SHS Wheels.
This week, we're looking at senior Dylan Schneider's Jeep Wrangler. Let's go to Patrick.
What's up, guys? I'm Patrick, and right here we got senior Dylan Schneider. So, Dylan, tell us a little bit about your vehicle right here.
It's a 2006 Jeep Wrangler X. I got it around 3 or 4 months ago in the summer. It's a very reliable vehicle, and I have no complaints about it.
All right, so Dylan, you obviously love your car. What's your favorite thing about your car?
Well, my favorite part has to be just how customizable and easily removable these doors actually are. It's just like the lift is so easy. You just have to undo this one strap right here and you're gone. Well, my car is a manual. The second day I had my car, my father was teaching me how to drive it, and I thought I was experienced enough to drive back to my mom's house. So I was driving down High Ridge. I was trying to go up, take a left at the stoplight, and I just stalled in the middle of the light, and there were cars beeping like crazy, and I sat there for probably 5 minutes because I couldn't figure it out.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Long time. So now, Dylan, now that you have your car started, care to show us something that you can do with your car?
Sure.
Alright, well, thank you, Dylan, for this lovely interview of your amazing Jeep. Any last words you want to say? Any shout outs?
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course. Till next time, Stamford High.
And that's all for this edition of the Connection Time News. We hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
And remember, Christmas break is only a few weeks away. I'm Griffin Oshan.
And I'm Kaya Allen.
Thanks
Thank you
for watching.